I'm Kat Travolsky. I am a pediatric audiologist and here to chat about connectivity to video games, specifically consoles today. The first thing I want to show you is anytime we are attaching a cochlear or a resound device, the best thing to use is the mini mic. It's an amazing accessory. I know that it can be referred to as the mini mic or the connection mic, but it is so versatile. Obviously, it connects to the processor. It also has a DAI port in the bottom for any of your educational needs and an auxiliary port. This is crucial because that auxiliary port allows you to connect to absolutely anything. As long as you have a male-to-male auxiliary cord, which actually does come with the device along with the charger, it is rechargeable. At the bottom, you just plug in one side and then you can actually plug into any device that has another auxiliary port. For some of our games, it's plugging into the console. For some of them, it's actually into the controller on the bottom. And as long as your devices are paired to the mini mic, you would have access to sound. One of the nice things is the mini mic doesn't have to be attached to you in any way. It can be on your lap, it can be next to you, and you can just play seamlessly by having access to the sound. For some of the devices, if the access is not in the actual console or the controller, it may be in a handheld mode or in a dock, and you can plug it in that way to have access. The one thing, unfortunately, is it is a one-way signal. So you are receiving information, but maybe not expressing information. So you may need an additional microphone capability, and we'll chat about that in 1 second. One of the nice things is if you don't have access to the mini mic or if it's not charged, it happens from time to time. There are a lot of other things that you can use. So using a third-party device, this is actually a Bluetooth adapter and splitter. You can get them from any electronics store. You can also get them from third-party retailers online. What it does is it makes something that may not have Bluetooth, allow it to be Bluetooth. And as you'll notice, it does have a little auxiliary cable as well. Anytime we're attaching a hearing aid or a processor to it, you simply start with both devices off and you start with the processor off. You then put the processor in pairing mode or the hearing aid in pairing mode by turning it off and on. And then as soon as the device is on, just like if you were pairing to an accessory or to a phone, you have a brief window of accessibility and access. As soon as it's in the pairing mode, you then turn the device on, and each of these devices has its own individual instructions for how to pair, how to add things. You simply hold it, and as soon as they're paired, you can then plug this into anything with an auxiliary port. This is really helpful because not only does it work on gaming devices, you can use it in an educational capacity with certain types of laptops. You can use it with technology that's a little bit older. Heavens to goodness, if you want to attach it to a CD player, you could, but you can also use it in the airport. You can use it on flights. One of the things that's really beneficial on this one specifically is it's not only an adapter to allow Bluetooth access, it also is a splitter. So it will allow you to connect more than one device, which is really helpful, especially if you're in an area with multiple people who need access. Because if you have more than one individual who needs access to anything, they can pair onto it, and it allows more than just the receptive, it can do the expressive. So for example, with my devices paired to this, I could get from any third party, again, electronics manufacturer, a lapel mic that's Bluetooth. It can plug in, but now it will split the signal. So as I'm using this in the controller and I'm paired to my device, what I will have is I will have the capability to not only hear the signal, but with the lapel mic, have the people who I'm actually communicating with hear me as well. So you get that full cycle of communication. It can be a lot of parts and pieces, but trust me, it's getting better every day. The other thing that we can do, and what's happening a lot more, is using mobile phones as the communication aspect of it. A lot of the game companies and console companies, there's an app for that, and you can use it with specific games to actually have that be your input and output for communication. Most of the hearing devices these days and processors, they do have directions for connectivity to iPhone, to Android. And by connecting to your phone and using that, and depending on the game capabilities as your communication aspect, that's seamless without any of the additional accessories. So you can just connect and go.